Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Back again with some prison talk, back again with some self help, back again with some therapeutic knowledge, back again with informative information to keep us afloat. We'll get started. Today, we will be speaking about the recidivism rate amongst the incarcerated. Why are there so many re entering into the prison system? We'll give a few minutes for some guests to come up. You all hit the link so y'all can come up and give your opinion. Today, I think that will be Brother Cave up and Brother Doug will come on the podcast today and give a little insight on what's going on and their knowledge of the system at hand as well. However, I've been doing a little research. I've been doing research on this for many, many years. I actually started while I was incarcerated because while I was incarcerated, I kept seeing guys leave and come back within 1 or 2 years. It's over and over again. What's going on, Kevin? Kevin, you're trying to connect? Hit that link button in the chat or hit the one that I sent to your phone. Yeah, while I was in, I was wondering why guys would keep coming back into the prison system. What are they missing? I couldn't make that out. Let me give him a few minutes. I might have to drop that link again. Yes, but it's very important that we understand the situations of the incarcerated, because that situations the incarcerated need to be spoken about. Because okay, Kevin, turn your turn your
Oh, I guess
your
I'm on
YouTube
it.
down. Okay, Kevin. Okay,
You
turn
got?
your TV down.
Oh, I guess I'm on. Turn my TV down.
Okay. Good morning, Shay Shay. TV down. Shy BB.
Turn my TV down.
Okay, you got a little echo in the back. Shay Shay. TV down. Shy BB.
Turn my TV down.
Okay, turn it down. You got a little echo.
Am I in it? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You got some
All right.
echoing going on in your background. Go out
Oh yeah, I gotta
come
get
back
off my
on.
phone. I gotta get it off my phone.
There you go. Yeah, this morning we just gonna speak about the recidivism rate. Sorry about the little technical challenges we have, but we'll get the message across. Yeah, like I said, I had started doing a personal study on why guys would constantly come in and out the prison system. I just couldn't figure it out. I'm like, man, it's such a blessing to be able to get out and go home. And what makes you just come back so quickly or just come back at all, you know? It just was astonishing to me. But reason why, because of the inmate mindset, the housing. Some can't, you know, um, require adequate housing. You know, because the high recidivism rates are driven by systematic hurdles. Let me add him to the stage right quick. Good morning, brother.
Good morning, brother.
Okay, he's back.
I was trying to get it on my laptop, and I don't know how to work these things, and I was trying to get it on my
Okay,
laptop.
you'll get it. We'll walk you through it for long.
All right.
But like I was saying, the recidivism rate. Why so many keep going in and out of prison? When you hit me up and was asking me about the brother, I'm like, damn, haven't heard from him in a long time. But I remember looking him up about 6 or 7 months ago, and it was the same thing. And we asked ourselves while we was inside the prison system, why so many continuously come in and out the place, just back and forth, while we trying our best to get out.
Yes.
But like I'm saying this morning, the recidivism rate has a very high systematic and systemic hurdles and structural barriers that formerly incarcerated individuals they face upon being released. And they have and some of those barriers are limited employment opportunities, difficulties in securing stable housing, and check this out. A lot of them have untreated mental health or substance abuse disorders. And this is what would cause them to come back. While we was incarcerated and we see these guys come back, it sort of makes us mad. Man, what the hell he doing back in the penitentiary again? But these are some of the hurdles that they face, man. This is why it's very incumbent upon the individuals of being incarcerated to have some type of stability. That's where Alabama system and a lot more state facilities fail in, because we know that employment and housing barriers, amen, it's very important. Unaddressed health issues is very important. These are things that they doesn't equip us with upon being released. Alabama just now starting to integrate in their system where the inmates, before leaving the prison system, they have adequate access to maintaining a driver's license. They have adequate access to securing a social security card and a birth certificate. This is very important. When I was released, that was a struggle for me. However, I was in a place called the Foundry, and that gave us a little bit more ground um, communication skills to go out and get these. So it helped me out a whole lot to secure a driver's license, a social security card, and a birth certificate. Because these are some things that we lose once we go in. We might leave them with our mothers or our wives, but being gone so long, a decade, man, you don't keep up with all that stuff unless you have it in a wallet or a safe box. So these are some of the hurdles that they go through. So like I said, when you asked me about the brother, I'm like, man, let me look him up. And I kind of figured where I was going to find him at. And I hate that. But majority of them is repeated offenders. You look at the alphabet before the um, inmate identification number. It has a letter on there like A, B, C, D, and the A means that you've been in twice. It's your second time. Some of these brothers have D's and E's on there. I mean, they have reoffended 6 and 7 times. So we asked ourselves about this. So I thought I'd just come up and give a little knowledge on what I see, why they reoffend and why they have these problems, because they go back to the same people, places, and things, and this will definitely cause a problem. Kevin, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, and
Okay.
because I look at it a lot, and like we had a discussion the other day, and I was thinking about that. when guys, a lot of time when we get out, we think it's okay to to go back, uh, go back to the same people, show them how we look and all this, and and talk good. You know how we talk. We'll start talking good, because I done had brothers and stuff do that, and I tell my brothers, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. You ain't got to tell me. I say
Yeah.
because I say when I was incarcerated, I wasn't telling. I ain't tell people what I was gonna do. I was
Uh,
putting it in my head what I was gonna do. I
mhm.
was, how they used to tell us, say act as if. And I was not,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff they taught me, I was taking it in. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna act as if. If I act as if so long, I'm gonna become who I'm acting like.
Exactly.
And a lot of us, we take it, we taking it as a joke, and I'd be like, that's why I brought that up, because the brother, I seen that the brother had, it was a couple of times since we was 20 years. It been almost 20, it been over 20 years since we seen each other. And he done and the
Yes.
brother done been back 3 times, I think 3, 4 times since then. And I'm
Yes.
like, man, what? And then I'm like, man, why do we do that? Why do and then, like I said the other day, I said a brother had told me, say he lived better in prison. And that's the mentality that we have when we get out, that man, we know we ain't saying it, but we doing stuff to get us back because we comfortable in prison. Because a
Yes.
lot of them don't do drugs and alcohol in prison. They don't do nothing in prison, do the right thing. Then they come home, and then if you ain't do it, and like I tell people, if you didn't do it while you was gone, why do it when you come home? And see, I don't go like, I had brothers. My brother got out one time. They gonna call me and say he having a party. He said having a party, getting out. I said I don't go to them kind of parties. They got mad at me.
Uh-huh.
My family got mad at me. I said, I just don't go to parties celebrating people getting out of prison for what? I said, it ain't like they
Exactly.
retired from a job and now you throwing a party, then 3 to 6 months later, now he incarcerated back. It's your fault because you getting him
Hmm.
stuff that he hadn't had. He ain't had no alcohol. He had drugs and alcohol. So now you throwing a party and putting them drugs and alcohol right back into his system. And that's what led him to where he just came from.
Yes.
Yeah. And people do
Yep.
that. And I never understood how you'll have a party for a person coming home from being incarcerated. Then you have a party for a person that don't work the job 30 years or 40 years.
Of course. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like you will drive 800 miles to go to a funeral, but you won't drive 8 miles to your neighbor's house to check on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's very understandable. Yes.
You know,
Yes, it is, and that's the thing about it, man. Um, it's the social and economic circumstances. Individuals, they frequently return to the exact same under-resourced neighborhoods and environments, that
yeah.
contribute to their initial incarceration. And
Hmm.
it's lacking it's going to be lacking the essential social and community support systems, that are required to build life, to rebuild a new life. They're
Hmm.
going back to the same uh, under resourced neighborhoods, man. And
Yeah.
this is what happens. Same people, places, and things, man.
Yeah.
You haven't heard from a guy in 15, 20 years, your homeboys, and when you get out, your homeboys, they got a grand slam waiting on you. So that
Yeah.
should be an eye opener right there. Where were you out of 15, 20 years of my incarceration when I
If
really needed you? I don't need you to put a dope sack in my hand. I don't
hmm
need that now. But you want to help me out by doing these type things.
and something else, right? They they got this thing called, cause when I came home, got a job. Cause I walked. I didn't even ask my kids for a ride. I was walking. I got a job with this guy. I told my uncle, he said, I was in Amsterdam. I said, man, take me to Gaston. I get the job at the chicken place. Gaston about almost 30, 45 minutes from Amsterdam. I said, take
Uh-huh.
me and drop me out. My uncle said, you don't need me to come. I said, I just want you to just take me there. I get
Uh,
back home, and I end up finding a guy there from Alcine, me and him. He brought me home, and we would get. He said, man, I come and pick you up. I said, no, I come to your house. I said, because then I walked to his house.
uh-huh.
He stayed about 3 miles from me, but I was walking to his house. I made sure I had him going to work every day for about 6. He ain't never worked that. He said, man, I ain't never worked every day like this. He had to
Oh,
find me somebody else to get to ride with until I got me a car. Because I was walking to his house, and I get there early. So he'll be done, and I get him up, he'll be done got up, his wife be done woke him up, we going to work. And then the
uh-huh.
next guy I was riding with, he was like, he tell me all the time. He said I was an inspiration to him because every day we were getting out work in the morning, and I see a
Uh,
Cadillac, and I used to tell him, say, hey man, stop over there so I can look at it. And I used to
yeah.
tell him, I said, man, I just want a Cadillac and a dog. And
Yeah.
that was my main purpose, to get me a Cadillac and a dog. And I got me a Cadillac and I got me a dog. You know, and
Okay.
I and people, at your hometown, if the people that you used to hang with, they still doing the same thing. They still doing the same thing they was doing when you left. So now
Mm-hmm.
when you get home and trying to do right, you got your place, everything, and then now they start saying, let me get this. They don't say how you doing. They say, let me get. I guess that
Yes. Yes.
let me get was how you doing. See, they say, let me, then you say, no, I'm not working to take care of you. Man, don't forget where you come. That's the thing they say now. Don't forget where you come from.
Mm-hmm.
So if you make
Exactly.
and people feel bad because people start feeling bad because people say, don't, I'm talking about family members, they saying, don't forget where you come from. Hey, I can't forget where I come from. I never forget where I come from. And then,
Mm-hmm.
that same way how they do, like one of my cousins, friend cousin, he was in the NFL.
Uh-huh.
And people say they didn't like him because he wasn't giving people. I say, who took some water to Jack State when he was practicing football in college? Ain't nobody took no water up there. Asked him, did he need any water? So time he make the NFL, he got to come back and give everybody money and all this, just give folk money because he made it. And I told him, I said, man, you don't owe nobody nothing, man. You made it.
That's right.
I said,
That's
you
right.
made it, man. And then the guys, they
That's
get
right.
upset with me because I'm telling them, man, that man ain't got to get. I got out the Marine Corps because of the fact that I wanted to show my love to my friends. I come home from North Carolina, party, spend my money and all that. Now I got to borrow some money from my big mama or somebody to get back to North Carolina
Uh-huh.
because I'm spending my money on my friends. But I can't get no money and say, hey man, I need $20 or something to get back to North Carolina. I need a couple
Mm-hmm.
of dollars. And ain't nobody got there, but I done came and spent all my money. But
Yes.
people are afraid. They don't want, people don't want to hear that. And so they go right back to the same thing because they'll
Yeah.
go right back to them because of that right there, because they don't want to hear nobody, your family or friends say, don't forget where you come from. But and then they'll start saying, man, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna go down there, hang down here to Billy Bob house, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hang down there, I'm gonna sit in there and start gambling, playing little cards and stuff. Everybody in there getting high. But
Mm-hmm.
eventually you gonna be getting high because you right in
Exactly.
there, you know.
That's right. I agree with you, bro.
Yeah,
That's right.
and
You go
that's
to the
what's
barber
going.
shop
And
long enough, you'll get a haircut.
Yeah, and that's what's going on, and because I try to talk to people. Like I say, I try to talk and communicate with people about stuff, and I say, hey, and like I know people against the military. I understand that, but sometimes these kids, where would I want my kid to go
Yeah.
to? Well, I would want my kid to go to prison or the military. Which one?
Exactly.
You
Yes.
know?
That's right.
Man, my son,
Right.
one of my partners got out. I was telling his son, I was telling him, man, talk to your son about going to military. He graduated school. He said, man, my son ain't going to no military. You know where his son at now? In
In
prison.
prison.
In
Yeah, that's right.
prison. You know?
Ain't that something?
And and see, just like, like I tell my daughter, I was telling my daughter when she was in college, I say, baby, when you go to college, you really go to college to create a job, not get a better job. It's to create
Mm-hmm.
a job. And then when you get your master's degree, they got names behind these degrees for a reason. You
That's
get your
right.
master's degree, that means you're supposed to be over something.
That's right,
You
brother.
don't get these degrees to get a better job, to make more money. Uh, Create a job.
Yeah,
You know.
that's right.
That's just like going to
That's right.
Burger King. That's just like going to Burger King. You at a restaurant. Burger King is a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Why should I have to throw away my own tray in Burger King? So if I leave my tray there, right, and leave a dollar there or whatever, I'm creating a
Mm-hmm.
job for somebody else
That's
so they
right.
can hire somebody else.
Mm-hmm. I like that scenario you put out too, because that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and people
Of course
people
it
look
does.
at, man, why you leave your tray right there? I said, man, this is a restaurant. You go somewhere else, you leave your tray there, and you leave a couple of
Yeah,
dollars there for them. I said, why not do
that's
it
right.
at Burger King? You creating a job at Burger King because it's a restaurant. Because they'll bring your
Yeah,
food to you. The only thing you have to do is sit at the table. Burger King will bring your tray, but McDonald's will bring your food to you. So leave it there and leave a couple dollars. They'll come and get it. They'll get that. Now they're gonna think about, oh well, we can create that done created another job right there. I done created a job for
yeah.
somebody
That
so somebody else can get it.
yeah, that's something, man, that I'm gonna start doing. Because usually when I go to Jack's or Burger King or something like that, I usually take my tray up, but I'll start leaving a tip as well.
Yeah,
That
leave a
sounds good. I
tip.
like.
Because you creating a job. You creating a job for some.
Mm-hmm.
You helping somebody. You helping somebody, you know. And one thing about these kids, and I try to deal with the kids, and I when they get jobs and stuff, I try to instill, and I talk to like cause some of these parents now, they ain't teaching kids how to know how to pay a bill when they leave. That's why they sometimes they be lost. And I tell
Yes.
the kids, I say when I was young, got my first summer job, I used to give my mom, I was getting $125 a week. I give my mama $25. Even though she was putting it up, I didn't know until, later on, she would put it up, but I was getting her $25 a week. The help
Mm-hmm.
because, she was teaching me that. To pay, you got to pay where you stay. Even though it's your parent, they might not want it. They ain't gonna want it for real, you know.
Yes.
But just don't think that you ain't teaching them that, and you got adult kids at your house 20 years old,
Mm-hmm.
25 years old. They saying they grown, but they don't know how to go out. They don't know how to pay no bill. And then, the parents say, that's my baby, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to teach them. If you don't, they're gonna be lost when they're out. And then
Yeah.
they're gonna get somebody gonna grab them.
Yes. We have
So,
a chat up, Kevin.
mhm.
Can you see that chat by Lizzie?
Let me look at it. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, I see it.
It says, I have a family member who has returned home from being incarcerated over a decade. His real issue seems to be the struggles related to the
The men-
mentality related to the prior institution. What you think about that?
let me see. I have a family member who has returned home from being incarcerated for over a decade. His real issue seems to be the struggles related to the mentality related to prior institutionally.
I think, uh, Liz, that family member that you have is like when we did the mindset of the incarcerated, how that person have been trained and rewired for so many years, and now upon coming into society, has to go back and rewire that brain all over again.
Hmm.
So I think it with patience and that individual needs to be in some type of therapy or up under some type of counseling for a while so they can actually diagnose exactly the problem at hand.
Yeah, because a lot of times, it been gone so long, and that's what, and he really, I'm gonna use me as this example. Like me being in the military, I was in the military, I was in the Marines, and I went to prison, did time, in and out of prison. So I when I got out, I kind of went back to the people that that was before, that was military, they retired. I went back to them to get back, to get my mindset back to where I was at before. And
Uh-huh.
it started changing. And then as I grow, I start telling them thank you for y'all letting me in. You know, let me back.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like, cause I went back to them. Cause I left them and I went to the streets, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
went back to them, and and I say it's like they let me in with open arms, and and they had houses, they had homes, they had cars, they had all this stuff, and I used to remember coming up to North Carolina, and my one of my classmates, he used to tell me, say, man, go by my house and take pictures of my house.
Uh-huh. Can you hear me? You cut out on me, Kevin. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you see, yeah, my phone had rung. And
Okay.
so
Yeah,
he
that's
used to
one thing
tell he
about it.
yeah, he used to tell me take pictures, man. I say I had to get my own car. I'm like, and then I told him, I said, man, thank you. And I had all kind of classmates and people I grew up with, the ones that was in the military, my old military friends,
Uh,
man. I ain't seen in 20, 30 years. We reconnecting and stuff, man. And so that brought me back. And see, sometime when you doing a lot of time like that, and see, a lot of
yes.
time you're doing a lot of time like that, and you got to go see. Sometimes they have to go all the way back to we have to learn to listen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times being incarcerated, we don't like to sometimes we don't like to listen, and then once
Mm-hmm.
we start learning how to
That.
listen, we learn how to listen because man, how can I tell somebody how to live? And I've been incarcerated all my life. I've been doing wrong all my life. But I'm telling somebody that ain't been doing wrong, living right, got his own thing. And I'm trying to tell them how to live. And I didn't even know how to live.
Yeah,
And
you're right, man.
we be caught up in that.
Mm-hmm. And it does that, man. We have this tendency to go out and try to give advice really that we only can expect, but we haven't really um adapted to that same advice that we're giving.
Yeah.
Yes, I see that lady say, I think that prison recidivism is definitely related to returning to the same people, places, and
Places
things.
and things.
But I also think it is being accustomed to the prison environment, which feels safe. Yes,
Yeah.
because you know,
Yeah.
while incarcerated, we didn't have we had responsibility, but we didn't have those worldly responsibilities
Yeah.
per se, making sure that the light bill was paid because we know that the lights, when they go off in DOC, they going to automatically come back on. We don't have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Also, the water, even when it boils down to our meals, the only
Mm-hmm.
meals that we had to acquire and were responsible for are the things that we wanted, not the things that we needed, because they do give you 3 meals. However, those meals can be straight slop, but they
Yeah.
do provide those for you. So
Mm-hmm.
upon coming out, these grave responsibilities is like overwhelming. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes it still gets overwhelming with me when trying to um, take care of my dogs, for instance. You know, I have a total of 15 dogs,
Yeah.
and I raise pit bulls, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that barrier can be overwhelming because I got to make sure that they got the food, they goes to the veterinarian. These are things that I have to make sure that they have because it's not by their choice, it's by my choice that I have adopted these animals.
Yeah.
Good morning, Doug. Glad to see you on, brother.
Good morning, good afternoon, good brother. What's afternoon over here? Good afternoon, good brothers.
Yeah,
Good morning to
all
y'all.
right. How you doing? Glad to see you up.
Yeah, I'm good. Just came back from the hospital.
Every,
Okay. What's
everything
going on
good?
with that?
Yeah. My wife had to get a procedure done. She's home. She's good though.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. Praise be to God, man. She's all right. That's a good thing, man.
Everything's
Yeah, Doug, we
great.
just we just was discussing, man, about the recidivism rate, and I know um, that you are one that hasn't been incarcerated, but you also have seen many of your loved ones and your friends and associates keep re-entering into the prison society because you live in what we call a high-profile state, which is I don't think you mind about me explaining the state that you well once lived in or live in now, which is Philadelphia, and that is a big state compared to Alabama. And I know you have
Yeah,
witnessed a
Philadelphia is
lot
really
of
big.
your or your loved ones that has been incarcerated over and over again, especially when they're dealing with the drug activity. The drug game is a game, man, that never ends. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
you can feel free to comment on some things that you have to give to the podcast that we can share to our other groups as well.
Yeah, I seen a lot of the young guys in it. Sorry about the dog barking. He
It's okay.
he a lot of friends like that in and out of jail, in and out of jail. I have one guy that I knew, he's my neighbor, his name was Eddie. He been in and out of prison at least 6 times. First time was like 6 months. The second time was a year. Then it was 2 years and 5 years, and then he did 15. And he came out, and I just don't get it. Like y'all could probably know, like people just get out of jail, go back. It's like they one guy told me he actually liked being in there. Like I don't know if it's a mental thing or what that you like actually being in there. But
Uh-huh.
I have seen that,
Big
like a
guy.
matter of fact, I has a friend now, actually my own brother. He been in and out of jail 5 times. He was locked up in
My,
Pittsburgh. He was in DC for a year, and he was in upstate PA for a year.
Go in
All
there and
over
get it out.
gun charges.
yeah, yeah,
But he was blessed because all the charges were dropped. Because he was the last one, he was facing 10
yeah.
years, and he got out. What slowed him down is that he was hanging around the wrong crowd, and he got into a scuffle, and then he got shot 6 times in the stomach. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
he was almost unalive, and he wasn't doing good. He fully recovered, and that kind of woke him up to get him off the streets. Sometimes it takes some people get the point sometimes it takes tragic situations in people's lives for them to get the point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Me, I learned early. I once I had once I had got shot at a couple of times, I like this that's it. I'm gone, and I move out of Philly. You know what I mean? Because if I'd have stayed there, I'd end up in jail unalive. You know, but the
yeah,
violence in Philly was it was incredible. I know. I think is it Birmingham on y'all? That's real violent up there. Is it Birmingham or is it all over? But I know Philly.
yeah.
I think in
Yeah, you
North
have
Philly.
the major cities are Birmingham,
Montgomery.
Mobile, Montgomery, Huntsville, the Anniston, Gaston. These are some of the cities, man, that are very violent, man.
Yeah,
And we see that the recidivism rate down here, according to the numbers, man, we see that a lot of these guys that re-entering the system is under the age of 55.
Right.
yeah,
However, we still have ones that is our age and older continuously in and out of the prison system. So we were trying to figure out what makes these guys continuously just keep going back and forth inside this beast.
And that's what I'm though thinking about. And I have to think about a person that's keep going back into the streets, get out, go back. It could be anything. Alcohol, get good. Alcohol, get good. They keep going back and forth. And I think, well, I guess prison can be different, but with they go back to what they're comfortable with. You know, especially how you people come out of prison and they can't get a job and. And they get so they go out there and commit a crime. They go back to originally with it, and they go back to jail. Like my one of my friends, he did he was in jail for manslaughter. He did 15, got out. He got frustrated because he couldn't get a job. He wasn't making money. So he went and committed a robbery and went right back in there. He said, I'll just rather be in there because I can eat, I can hustle. So he rather be in there, which was I was trying to talk him out. I said they got programs that you can do.
yeah,
I even try to hook him up with landscapers, they'll take, pretty much anybody. So you can make $1,000 a week cutting grass.
yeah,
That
Yeah,
was too much above him. So he wanted to live that criminal life, taking advantage of women and robbing and hustling. And he wound up back in prison. He's back in jail now. Now he's doing 20.
wow,
all that
man,
noise. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And
that's amazing.
see, I had a guy call me from Alabama. He had got out of prison, Alabama. He hit me up, and he was saying something about job. I say, man, he was talking about how much they pay, right? They were talking about the pay. I say, hey, man, I'm gonna tell you something. I said, you worked in Alabama prison system for free, and you telling me that you can't work for $8 an hour, and you work for free all them years. You work for free. And then now you telling me how much you want to make. You trying to tell them folks how much you want to work for, but you work for free all them years. I said, man, you better. I said, whatever give you the start, just start. You ain't gonna be there all the time. You ain't gonna always dig a ditch. You can always move up. I said, but always think about that. You work for free. 7, 8, 9, 10 years, you work for free.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's
That's
like
correct.
and it's like something like 10 cents an hour or something like that, or 20
No,
cents.
Alabama is free.
Wow, it's
Yeah,
free. My
Alabama
uncle was saying he was
totally free.
making
That's
60
right.
cents an hour.
Nah, unless you, if you had a some like max cap working the tag plant, paint something, but if you on roll squad, it's free unless they done
Yeah, that's
changed it.
right.
You working
Yeah,
for free. You going to cut grass for free. You going to chop down trees for free. You going to pick peas and greens and potatoes and stuff for free.
yeah, that's
Wow.
right.
Yeah,
Thank
and
God,
then
man. I never been in there.
you know, and then if you in Alabama, it was just it's just disgust. It was just disgusting, man. It's just disgusting, man. I think about a lot of stuff, man, and I call it like it's to me. It was like it's like an animal, like animalistic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, man, I'm talking about. I just when I think about it, man, I be like, man, ain't nowhere in the world, man. I say, man, I used to be frustrated. I get mad, and I'm like, man, you go on roll squad, they wanna, you take your clothes. Man, I used to be so mad. It just messed my head up so much. And I say, man, when I get out of here, I'm not coming back. I can't come back. I just couldn't do it no more. But a lot of people, they be comfortable, and they just a lot of them just get comfortable, and cause they used to being a dependent. You know how you being a dependent, because that's all you is, a
Yeah.
dependent in them. And so like I told one lady, her little son, he young. He done been in prison about 3, 4 times. So I'm telling her, like, why you keep sending him something? You paying him to be in prison. If you stop sending him stuff, he'll realize life is real, and he won't want to go back. But long as you sending him, when he get locked up, you sending him $50 a week and stuff like that a week. He all right with that. I
Mm-hmm.
say he gonna be all right. I say, but if you stop sending him stuff, he'll wake up. He'll realize that he don't wanna. He don't. Man, my mama don't woke up now. You know what I mean? Cause I tried it with my mama. I told my mama I couldn't eat the food. I said, Mama, I can't eat this food. She said, them guys down there, they ain't dying. You better learn how to eat it. And then the old, and then people you say, hey man, stop looking for a taste and just eat. And
That's right.
I just eat. I'm talking about. And then when I seen where the stuff coming from, brain, it was cow hearts. Everything made out of cow hearts. I'm like, good God, they making liver cow hearts, sausage cow hearts, hamburger cow hearts, everything with cow hearts. You think I want to eat like that? You think I want to go back to that?
Wow.
And people, they all, I'm talking about, man. And for you to go back, if that ain't that's and they don't know, that's something wrong with you. You
Yeah.
Now,
know,
Yeah.
was it like extremely hot in there?
talking about hot.
Oh man.
Yeah, was it hot?
Alabama is hot. And so they ain't got no air conditioners.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey man,
I'm
Alabama is
gonna mute
like
up for a minute, guys. I got a phone call.
hey,
Y'all keep it going.
Alabama is like the movie Life right now. You seen Life, Eddie Murphy them?
Oh
Dub.
yeah, yeah, I saw it. Yeah, yeah.
That's how Alabama
Eddie-
prison system. Like just like that
Oh,
now.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. And for you to that's but that's for any prison. Not just Alabama, but why would I want to go back to any? You know what I mean? Because I have, like I said, I come out the Marine Corps, so only thing I had the mentality like prison is like being on a military base, but it just wasn't no women. But being treated like an animal, and all that kind of stuff, and they talking to you any kind of way, and telling you when to get up, telling you when to bathe, telling you when to eat. you know I'm talking about, it was just crazy. And you see stuff, man, you don't participate in. You be like, man, these people like animals. You know what I mean? Man, I don't want to go to the back. I don't want to sleep in the back. Man, I put my bed in the front, because I want to go home. You know what I mean? That's how. But a lot of people get caught up. That's why when I be seeing videos of these guys, man, and in prison, like they having fun, I say, if these family members stop supporting them, especially the one that keep repeating themselves, they getting out and going right back. You know, that's that's crazy. That's insane.
My
You
bad.
know,
Drop myself down.
because I got a cousin. He been down since I'm 61. My cousin been down since I was 16. Right? He done been in prison that long. He ain't went to nobody's school. Ain't tried to help himself. Ain't did nothing. He ain't did nothing while he was in there. That's a long time, ain't it? He ain't did nothing but prison. So he got life without. So they trying to get the life without out for him. So the people told my auntie them, like, why would y'all want to try to get him out? And he ain't even tried to get no education. He been in prison almost 50 years. He ain't tried to get no education. He ain't did nothing but been in and out of lockup. So if you bring him out, 9 times out of 10, he going back because he's still acting the same way. You know what I mean? Cause if you ain't going in there trying to go to school and you just doing prison, you ain't trying to change. You still there?
I'm here, Kevin.
Oh, I'm
I'm on the
sorry. You was
phone.
asking me something.
Matter
You was
of fact,
asking me something.
No, I
I'll
was
be
just
right
talking.
back.
I was just saying, were you still there?
Oh yeah, I'm still here. I'm here.
Yeah.
Well, I was just sitting here thinking about what you were saying and thinking about that movie Life, and man, I wouldn't. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't survive. I mean, I I probably would have unalived myself. You know what I mean?
You
I'm
know,
gonna keep it
but
100.
you find brothers, man. I found like brother Bobby, man. We connected in there, man, and we kept each other focused. We kept each other. We was like kept each other like focused, man, on the ground. We weren't participating in a lot of stuff, man. It was us. You know what I mean? It's like the song say, "Us against them." It was like us, me and him. We ain't have like 15 people gonna be, we run around in a group. It's like us. It wasn't, it wasn't like we had like, trying to be in a groupie. We was just trying to, get ourselves because we wanted to come home. We wanted to come home, and so we weren't participating in a lot of stuff, man. We weren't doing a lot of that foolishness. We got away from that foolishness, you know. That's why when we seen him, he found the brother, man, and I looked it up too, and I said, and it kind of hurt me to see when I read that he done been back 3, 4, 5 times, and I was like, man, why people keep going? Why go back? You know, because that what made. Because I've been thinking about him. I've been thinking about the people that I was locked up with. Like that was close with me. Me, him. It was me, Bobby, and him. We close. We be together. We studied together. And then when I seen that he was, I was hoping that we find him and that he in Alabama somewhere. And then when I come to Alabama, man, I can pull up down there and then we can just go out to eat and laugh and talk about stuff. You know what I mean? And it kind of hit me. It kind of hit me to say, man, why you keep? Cause why you keep going? Why you keep doing this, man? Why you keep going back? You know. Cause like I said, I've been on. I was 12 years on parole, and I would count Bobby's. I said, man, and I was telling my fiance the other day. I said, man, I did 12 on parole. I said, man, Bobby gonna do 14. I said he gonna break my record. you know. I said, but that's good.
Yeah, I'm back, y'all. I was talking to my sister. She's been discharged today. She's going to have a hip replacement.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's
She'll be
doing a
all right.
bit. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. She's getting going home. Their daughter's coming to pick her up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I was going to say that too about when Lizzie asked about does Alabama do they have air conditioning? Man, it gets so hot at St. Clair, man, to the floor sweats. You know, the floor sweats, man. I'm talking about wow.
For real.
Kevin, you remember, man, when we was on the just in general population, man, inside
Yeah.
themselves. When it's 80 degrees outside, it feels like 110 in
On the
themselves,
inside.
man.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Lord, it gets so hot, man. I'm talking, it's unbearable. We
I'm
actually,
talking
I
about
remember, man,
crying
and
hot.
I had, yes, the floor is crying out, man. It's so hot in there. Look like somebody poured a bucket of water on them.
Yeah.
It's that hot, man. Yes,
Yeah, man.
but like I said, they's building this where they have this prison already built, being in Elmore County, which is going to house 5,000. It's supposed to be air conditioned, but it's
Uh-huh.
going to be more like a supermax prison, man. And these guys constantly going in and out, and like the guy we were speaking on this morning, this guy is a repeated offender, and he's subject to get hit with that habitual offender law.
Mm-hmm.
And even though he has a lot of non-violent crimes, and he has a few violent, they can give him the life without parole. So he
Yeah.
got to be very mindful of that.
Yeah.
Because Kevin, Lafayette, man, he's still incarcerated.
Yeah,
Him and
Lafayette,
Tony Bethune. Tony
him and
Bethune.
Tony Bethune, Paul Ball,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
Hitman, all
Yeah.
and what's his name? Heat,
Yeah. Give
you
us,
know.
give us a little, give us a
I can't you went out.
little history on how they end up getting that. Okay, give us some insight on how they ended up getting that life without parole. Because they all was
They
in the county jail at one time.
see, I was about 15, 16 years old. And see Jerry, Lafayette, them my cousins, man. And Jerry, people were so scared of him. The man that owned the store, he was so scared of Jerry. Jerry go up there and take the man money, man. He did the man got so scared, man. They ended up locking Jerry up. Jerry didn't have a fight. They were gonna give him 5 years. But and Lafayette was, he ain't have but like three. Tony Bethune, all of them ain't have a couple years. They ain't have. Neither one of them had over a 10-year sentence, man. And then they ended up, doing that old sodomy stuff or whatever, man. And I tell her, I say, man, why playing? Playing got you life without sentence. Just playing. Thinking it's a joke. you know. And when I was there, they was really mad, but they remember me when I was a kid. So when I got to St. Clair, man, Lafayette used to tell me, say, cause both of my cousins, one of them on my daddy's side, one of them on my mama's side. And the mama side of the family is closer together than the daddy side. So me and Jerry were more. That's hit, man. Me and Jerry were more closer than Lafayette.
Yeah.
And so Lafayette used to talk to me. He said, "Man, oh, he mad at me." I said, "No, he ain't mad at you, man. He don't say nothing. Only thing he said, man, they offered him 5 years because they wanted Lafayette, because Lafayette was the ringleader. And he said they offered him 5 years and he didn't take it, so they gave him life without for something that he didn't do.
Wow.
Only thing they wanted him to do is say something. He didn't even say it, and
Mm.
they gave him life without,
Yeah.
because you know how they say in the streets, like what they say, you won't tell, you like you snitching, you know.
Yeah.
But I know the day that he know that's not snitching, these folk gonna give you life without. You know
I'm
what I
trying to
mean?
tell
You gonna give me, cause I tell people all the time, you ride in my car. If you so happen to ride in my car, you got something, and the police stop me, I ain't snitching. I'm telling. I said, cause
that's right.
it's a difference between snitching and telling. You gonna be sitting right there, and I'ma tell them it was yours, and I'm gonna be in the courtroom. I ain't gonna have no mask on. I'm gonna say it's his. It ain't mine. I ain't
Hmm.
got nothing to do with it. I'm not talking about being 21 is being truthful. Like, hey, it ain't mine. They talking about be 21. I'm gonna tell them. I say that's not snitching. And I tell them kids that. Hey, that don't be looking at talking about you snitching on somebody. Hey, if you ain't do it, you better tell them folks you ain't do it.
Yeah, 'cause they will bang your ass up in there.
Yeah, they will, man. They'll put you up in that lead because they mad because you ain't say nothing. They be like, man,
Hmm.
you gonna take time, you ain't got nothing,
And
cause
and your cousins now, they have been in at least what 40, what, about
for
42 years.
45 years, cause I'm 61 now.
45 years.
45 years, man. It's getting ready to be 46 years. They've been in there 45 years. 45, man. That's a long time, man.
That's a long time, bro.
Yeah, and then
That's a long.
and then like I try to get my like his kids, and he be trying to tell. I say, man, you can't. I say, your kids don't even know you, Jerry. I say, cause they got these phone now, so they can call. So he tried. So his son, hey, you can't come. I say, Jerry, you can't tell them nothing. I say, man, only thing you
Yeah,
can do is talk to them. That's all you. I said, don't try to tell them this right here and that right there, and you know what I mean. I said, cause your kids is 45 or older, and you
yeah,
trying to tell, they don't even know. They never even met you. They never even seen them. Only thing they seen was a
dang,
picture, you know.
wow,
And so they don't know you. They just know you they daddy. I said, they know you they daddy. I said, but don't go calling trying to tell him what to do. Cause his son told me, said, man, daddy gonna try to tell me something. He gonna try to, hey man, I don't even know the man, but I know he my daddy. You know what I mean? But you ain't gonna come
yeah,
out there and tell me, he ain't gonna call me telling me nothing, telling me this right here, do this right here, and like I'm a little boy, you know. But but that's the mentality. They really think that they can just tell because I cut off a lot of them. They talk to me, and then talking about uh see could I drop something off? Drop something off at
oh
the
yeah, oh yeah,
yeah.
oh
I
yeah,
said, who you think you talking to? You telling me to stay out? But you telling me to try to go drop something off. So man, I say, and I when I get out the phone, I don't answer. You don't call. I ain't talking to you no more. That good X by that name. You know what I mean?
that's
That's a
right, bro.
that's an
You
X
have
by
to
your name.
because
You know?
they bamming them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you trying
So
to you
so so
trying to
you
get
see that these guys still have the same mindset, man, that they
same
had
mind.
before going in prison.
Yeah. Yeah, man. They don't try me on everything. They don't try me and all kind of stuff. Something about some paper. Telling me about some paper or something. I
Yeah.
talk to him. I just keep talking to this conversation over with. And then when I don't answer, they call him for about 2-3 years. They must have
Mm-hmm.
realized that I don't play. And then about 2 or 3 years, I might answer phone call. Then after about 2 years, I answer phone call. And then I talk to
Yeah.
him. Yeah, cause I'm gonna let you know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they still trying to do the same thing. So if you get out and you still doing the same, you still trying to do the same. So you get out. Where you go? Where you gonna go to? Your mind still right here doing this. So when you get
Yeah.
out, you're gonna still do the same thing. I done
Yeah.
seen them
Look
get
at
out.
what Liz had put on the comments. Say then returning home decades later, the children are grown up and people have changed for sure. Of course, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah, people have changed a whole lot. I mean,
Yeah.
kids are grown.
Yeah, you see, just like when I came home, my daughters, one of them that graduated school and one of them get ready to graduate. Right? Hey, look, I just came home. Hey, man, I ain't say nothing.
Yeah,
I ain't trying to tell them what to do. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? And I said, man, I'm not gonna, they my dog. They know I'm the daddy. And I just let them. I didn't tell them how to live. I ain't tell them. And so I had to some years, about a couple years after they seeing that what I'm doing, you know what I mean? That's when they see I got my daddy back. Then they become a kid. Now they becoming daddy's daughter again. You know what I mean? But I didn't come
yeah,
out and
right.
being daddy. I came out just being they knew I was daddy, but I wanted them to see me grow. I wasn't trying to tell them, say, don't do this, don't do that. No, I want y'all to see that. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
being incarcerated, people always, family friend. It could be family friends and stuff like that. They'll be like, "Oh, he going back. He going back."
Hmm.
So when I was out, probably after about 7 years, shoot,
Uh-huh.
I started telling people that whoever y'all betted I was going back, y'all about to pay them folk their money. You know.
I heard
You
that
gotta
one.
pay them.
That's right.
You gotta pay them folks their money, cause people do that. Oh he going back. Don't worry about it. Cause I got kids. Them kids, mamas and stuff. Oh, your daddy going back. And I told my daughter, one of my kids' mama. She got kind of upset with me, but I told her mom. I told my daughter. I said, yeah, you can tell your mama that she owe you some money because she said, I know she said, oh, he going back. I bet you he go back. I said, go and tell your mama give you her money. Then she gonna call me talking about why you tell it. I said, cause I know you said it. She said, I did say it, but I didn't want you to go back. I said, but I knew you said it though. You know what I mean? you know?
Yeah.
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 Cause they
Yeah.
gonna say it. They gonna, they don't mean that, they don't want you to go back, but you saying it though. You know. Oh, he gonna
Yeah.
come back out here and do the same because people say that. He gonna come back. And then a lot of people get mad because people say that. We can't get mad. Don't we can't get mad about what people say. I try to tell people that. I say people gonna say all kind of stuff. That don't mean you have to get mad about what people say. I say you get mad, it must be the truth, cause the truth make you mad. Truth, people get mad about the truth.
And so many of them goes back, man. So many of them re-enter into society, and like we were saying, man. People, places, and things, man.
Yeah,
This is what happened. And just like Liz has said that this new prison that they building in Alabama, man, is a wake up call. This place
yeah,
gonna sit on 300 acres of land,
man.
14 mega buildings. Yeah, man, it's humongous.
I told a guy that the other day. I say, man, don't you know they building a mega prison? He said, man, they already got one out. I'm talking about St. Clair. I say, no. I said, well, they getting ready to build a prison with 5,000 people. St. Clair them ain't no mega prison. He was
No,
thinking
St.
talking about
Clair
St.
small.
Oh no, he said
No,
West Jefferson. He talking about West Jefferson is a mega
no,
prison. I said, no, man. I said,
no,
man,
no.
they get ready. I said they get ready to build one for 5,000 people. I said, man, I'm
Yeah,
trying to figure out how they gonna feed 5,000 people. I said, I'm still trying to put this math together. They must gonna have two or
yeah.
three. They must gonna have two or three chow halls that feed, fix the food, cook the food, cause that's a
They
lot
gonna
of
have to.
food.
Do you see that comment that Liz got up there? Do you find it hard to reconnect after being gone so long?
Do I find it hard? It's kind
Yeah.
of
Do you
how
find
that I find it. I didn't really find it hard. It was hard. It was hard. I can say it was hard a little bit, but when I got out, I just say that I'm not gonna ask nobody for them. I'm just gonna go get it, cause I wasn't focusing on
You know,
nothing. I was just focusing on going and get it. You know what I mean? And
mm-hmm.
I called and I needed a parole. I needed a house. I didn't even know the man. I knew he owned house. I didn't even know the man. And my daughter gave me the number. I called the man. There's a white guy on this car wash thing, right? I called him and I told his name was Gary. And I say, man, I say my daughter, you know, I say my daughter, she go down and get a car wash. I say, but she said you own houses. I say, but I'm in prison and I need an address. I need an address so I can come home on parole. And man, that
Mm-hmm.
man didn't know me from Adam. You know what that man did? Gave me a
Uh-huh.
house, sent me the address to the house and everything, man. I didn't even know this man Gary, man. He gave me a house. Only thing I had in that house was a box spring mattress, one
Yeah.
chair, and a big fat body TV. And the lights was on. But I got a job. I got a job like I got out. I think it was like a Tuesday or Monday. But before that week was out, I was already working at the chicken plant in Gas.
Great.
And
That's good.
and so I didn't miss a beat. Man, Gary, he gave me a house. And I told him, I say, man, because I always say my word the only thing I got. You know, if I lose that, I ain't got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That man gave me a
Mm-hmm.
house, sent me the address. Sent me the address and everything, man. He gave me, and I say, man, you know what? I say, man, because you just don't get that. You know, I couldn't even get
Yeah.
my family to do that. You know, I couldn't,
I
and a
feel you on
stranger helped, and a stranger helped me.
that. That usually how it is majority of the time.
Yeah, and
It takes.
and and I and I walked and walked and walked. Then a lady across the street, she had two SUVs, and I had asked her. I said, hey, one day I said, you want to sell one of them trucks? And she was like, no, she gonna keep. Then one day she came and knocked on the door. And
Mm-hmm.
she said, you want to buy buy one of her SUVs? I said, yeah. I said, but I can't give you all the money at one time. I can give you this Friday. And then look, cause I'll make about $600 a week. Hey, look, I said, I can give you $500 this week, $500. And my lady was like, you gonna get, I said, yeah. I said, I don't need no food. I can eat grits, cheese for breakfast every day. I'm good. And that was, you know, I said, I know how to do it. I said, I know I'll just eat me some grits and cheese. I said, I
That's
eat
right.
that. I said, long as I got me a car. And then when I got that Cadillac, I was supposed to been going to South Carolina to a class reunion, you know.
Uh,
And that I was getting ready to go to I was me I was I was getting ready to going to South Carolina. I supposed to been going to South Carolina that day. I was riding down Quintard in Allenstown. And I see that Cadillac on the side road. I see the Cadillac at the dealership. I pulled over there. I said, hey, man, what you gonna do with that Cadillac? Somebody had just traded in. And the man
mm-hmm.
said, I'm gonna sell it. I just got it. I said, can I test drive it? He let me test drive it. So I took it to a lot of my homeboys in the shop, couple shop. I came back. I said, man, I want it. And then, then everybody was like, all my classmates, they were like, man, you ain't come. I said, no, cause I got my Cadillac now. I said, I got my, and they always say that now. They say, man, you ain't even go to class reunion. Cause me and the dude post went to South Carolina together. He said, man, we ain't even make South Carolina cause you got a Cadillac. I said, yeah, cause I said that what I wanted was a Cadillac and a dog. And I got my Cadillac. And I said, you think I ain't have no money to go to South Carolina? I have no money to go get me a Cadillac. I said, I got my Cadillac, you know, and
That's
I ain't
what
even
happened.
make it. Yeah, I ain't make it to Myrtle Beach. I ain't even make it to Myrtle Beach to the class reunion. I said, no, I got my Cadillac now, you know.
That's what's happened.
Yeah, man. I was determined, man. I was determined, man. I was like, man, cause cause people when you get out, people gonna always, people that don't like to look for stuff or don't like to be turned down. When they get
Yeah.
turned down, they're frustrated, right? And see,
Mm-hmm.
when
Mm-hmm.
people tell me, cause people always say, man, they don't do this for felons, or you can't do this cause you're a felon. See, you couldn't tell me that because you tell me that, man, I'm a challenge that right there. And see, but the person that tell you that, and then when you get it, he mad. But he
Uh-huh.
telling you that you can't do it. But when you go do it, why they be mad at you when you do it? Because they didn't get the job, but you get the job.
Yeah. Like you were
And that
saying, they was calling your job, wondering
they were calling
how
my
you get the
job.
job you were selling. Yeah.
Yeah, they were calling my
Yeah.
job, asking them how did I get a job there? Because I'm a convicted felon. How did he
Yeah.
get a
Yeah.
job there? He a convicted
Yeah.
felon. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And so, people they'll tell they won't be happy if you get it. It's a
Yeah.
reason
You're
why
right.
I got the job.
That's right, man. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. That was a struggle, man. When I finished school and I got my funeral director license.
yeah,
I was wondering about, man, if I'm gonna find uh, a facility that was gonna hire me, man, and being out here, most of them was white. It's a white facility. I'm like, oh man. So I ended up, man. I had to go to Montgomery and speak to the board of funeral directors and explain to them because of my convictions what I had. I had to go
hmm
and explain to them. And the man that was over the funeral director board, he told me just go in and just tell it like it is, man. And I
yeah,
did, and and believe it or not, I had the impression that, man, these people are gonna turn me down. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it was a board of seven. I'm thinking that's why I gave him the story. I said, well, he turned me down, he turned me down. I'm ready to get the hell out of Montgomery, go back. So upon going back in, they had made a decision. And they had granted me my funeral director license, man.
Yeah.
And I ended up acquiring a job at a funeral home, and man, just went on from there, you know. But I had been turned down so many times. But this was something, a field that I wanted to be in. But you had to, I had knowledge of it because my mom were. But you have to have it on paper, and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have the credentials on paper, so I had to actually go to East Mississippi Community College and get these certificates and pass the exams, and I did, and I acquired the job, man. And I'm one of the only black funeral director and embalming in this southeastern district, so it
Yeah.
can be done.
Mm-hmm. And you know
Can
that's
be.
because cause that's what I say. Just like you know, when I went to try to get my stuff from the military, right? And
Uh-huh.
they set up my CMP,
Okay.
and I called the guy. You know how people tell you, like they'll tell you act like this and that. So I couldn't act. I don't know how to act. So I called the
Yeah.
guy. Then he said, man, he said, Alabama. I told him, I said, man, what I got to do when I go to that CMP? He said, Alabama, I'm going to tell you that right here. Just go in there and tell the folks the truth. He said, go in there and tell them the truth. That's all you need to do. He said,
That's
man,
all you can
forget.
do.
He said, forget what people telling you. Just go in there and tell them folks the truth. And I went in there and told the folks the truth. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And in 2 weeks, they gave me in 2 weeks, and then I'm like, and people were so surprised because they were like, in 2 weeks, you got it in 2 weeks. And he said, man, they've been taking people 10 years, and you got it in 2 weeks. I said,
Hmm.
well, I just told the truth. I said, that's all I did was tell the truth.
Hmm.
Cause people, cause people would tell you to act like this, and I'm not an actor. If I was an actor, I'd be
Yeah.
in Hollywood. But I'm telling you the truth. Yeah. And people and see that and see we thinking that a lot of time we think that we got because we've been incarcerated, we got to make it seem like this. Cause on my application, they say, have you ever been convicted of a felony or anything on the application, right? And then I put yes. I say I put
Hmm.
yes, and then they'll say explain. And then I at this when the explanation part, when you have to explain, I put down I explained during the interview.
Yes, of course. You explain
Yeah,
it better that
because
way.
if I put it on paper, you're gonna look at me as something else. If you meet me face to face, that's I want you to meet me face to face. Cause you meet me on paper, I'm a villain. If I put it down on paper, you ain't meeting me. You meeting that paper.
Yeah.
So you meet
Hmm.
me personally. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's why I told that
Hmm.
lady, set me up an interview. If you say they don't
Hmm.
hire convicted felons, set me up an interview and let them make a decision. Because I'm not gonna
Hmm.
put it on paper, just set me up an interview and let them make a decision. And I went in there and told them I've been to prison. I've been to prison. I'm on parole. I got a job, but I want a better job. I'm telling them the truth. And them folks gave me that job.
That's right,
And my
man.
parole
It opened
and my
doors
par-
up for you.
and my parole officer in Alabama, know what he told me after I got that job? He said, man, you make
Uh,
more money. He said, man, you make more money than me. He said, man, you ain't got
yeah.
to come and see me no more. You just dropped your money off. You just dropped your $40 off every month. He said, I ain't even
That's
know
it.
how the man look, man. I was down there 5 years, man. I ain't see that man one time. I ain't know how that man ain't never come to my house or nothing, man. That man said, man, you got a job everybody be wanting. He said, man, you ain't got to come and see me no more. You got to come and see me. He said, just come up here and just drop your little $40 off.
Drop that $40 off and
Yeah.
keep on
He
rolling.
said, he said, man, you make more money than me. He said, man,
Yeah.
how can you get these people jobs that been out here that say they can't find a job. I said, I don't know. I said, only thing they gotta do is put in an application and tell the folks the truth. You
Yeah,
know
keep
what I mean?
knocking on them doors, man. Keep knocking
Yeah,
on
you
them
got
doors, man.
yeah,
Somebody
cause
gonna
you
answer.
keep somebody
Don't
gonna
stop.
answer. Somebody gonna
Yeah,
answer, man. And see, but that's what that's what a lot of times we don't like. We don't like that. And see, like I tell people all the time, you can't go look for a job at 12 o'clock in the evening. You
that's
if
right.
you want to work, you're gonna be up at 6 o'clock trying. You're gonna be outside when that daylight hit. You outside. You going to a construction site or you going to somebody's job and you telling them that you need a job cause they just started working. You know, people staying out of work and you keep coming to them that morning. Hey man, I need this job. I'm
That's
looking
right.
for a job.
Yeah,
These
I
folks gonna
agree
see
with
that
that.
you want a job.
If you want to get one, go early. Don't go at
Go,
lunchtime.
yeah, lunchtime, you don't want to work. If you're gonna look for a job at 12 o'clock, you don't want to work. Can't nobody ain't nobody gonna come and call me talking about, man, it's 12 o'clock. I'm gonna look, man, could you take me? I'm looking for a job. Not me, I'm not taking you nowhere at no 12 o'clock. Call me at 6 o'clock. I'm not
Yeah,
taking you look for
that's
no
right.
job at no 12. Cause people ain't gonna try to hire you at 12 o'clock. You need to be,
That's
I
right.
take you at 6 in the morning. Yeah, yeah, man.
That's right.
Yeah, because that's how I go. And see, we want it like what you say, my way or the highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's because yeah, and people do that, man, and you try to give them guidance, you try to talk to them, and people that's already, people that's in the streets, they don't really, because you got the people that's in the street when you get out. They'll come and pick you up, ride you around, trying to then they want you to just start. They say, man, you want some of this? Or they ride. Why am I gonna get in the car with you? Man, you ain't trying to help me. You ain't trying to say, hey, man, I'm gonna take you right here and get your job, man. Do this right here. Cause guys and got out, I done tried to help them, trying to get them job and stuff. And then they done got the job. They worked about 2 weeks, got a check, and now they hiding from it. Cause they ain't working no more. They don't stop working.
That's right.
And they
I'm
hiding from it.
laughing, but you kept it right.
Yeah. I'm telling you. They hiding. I done seen it. I'm talking about I done seen it. I done help them get jobs. They work about 2 weeks. And then I got one that got a job. I got him. I done got the folk to get him a job out there with me at Bridgewater, and I got him the job. And so one day, he get his check, it go to the ATM. I guess he go to the ATM. So the next day, I'm riding down 15th Street, his car parked behind his house. So I go knock on the door. I say, hey, Trinity man in there. He hiding from me. And he in there getting high. And I said, man, what's wrong with you, man? I done got you the job and you and
Well, yeah, yeah,
and he in there getting high now. And so I like, man, I can't get nobody. I ain't helping
damn.
nobody else get no job. It's over.
And
Yeah,
you
that
know what, Kevin? It becomes
yeah,
it gets really frustrating, man. But we have to
yeah,
continue on, man. Like I said, just continue on putting the message out there, man. And hopefully, man, that it can someone would grab hold to it. Cause it get very
yeah.
frustrating, man. I know exactly what you're talking about, man.
It
You
do.
keep putting out, man, and they just like not gonna do right. But
Yeah,
our goal is, man, is to keep on putting it out there, man. It's like you
yeah,
going to school, you teaching them. If you pass the grade level, man, you're doing good. If you stay behind, you got to hear it again. Bottom
yeah.
line, it get
And see,
frustrating, man.
yeah, for real, man. Cause I try to talk to like my lady, man, her grandkids. She be talking about, cause they get, like, what they doing to them kids, they paying them. They get an A, you get $1. I say, no, I'm not getting nobody nothing. I said, you
Yeah,
supposed to get an A. You supposed to pass. What am I
yeah,
pay
that's
you to
right.
pass for? You supposed to pass. You know, why should I pay you? You know, you're supposed to do that. You
Hey,
know?
hey, what?
Yeah.
When a brother, I think we were talking about earlier, because I'm sure I was a little busy, but we were talking about earlier about
Uh,
how they're going to feed those 5,000, inmate stuff. I don't know if
Yeah.
y'all are paying attention, but I think Elon Musk is involved in it. So what they're doing is they starting to do lab made food. Like they starting to make this stuff artificial lab made food because they claim that it's not enough uh, animals around to feed everybody. So they're gonna be feeding them food that's made in labs. They already got some of it out already. Like it was this
Oh.
lady that went to Chick-fil-A
oh
up
wow.
here. I think it was in Virginia, and she
Hmm.
went to Chick-fil-A and got a chicken sandwich, and then she tried to pull it apart, and it was like hard rubber, like rubbery.
Oh man.
And
Wow.
our bodies can't digest that. So they're gonna be feeding that to those inmates, and it's gonna slowly start, unaliving them because they don't have those nutrients in it. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
regular animal we eat like cows, chicken, stuff like that. It had like, for example, beef. It got creatine in it. So it had natural vitamins in the meat. Chicken, you could
Wow.
digest a turkey. So this stuff, like you ever heard of Beyond Meat?
Yes. I
Yeah.
Yeah,
have.
that's not real meat. That's lab made meat. And
Oh.
how
Oh
I know
wow.
because I used to work in Acme, and the butcher called me back. He said, Doug, come and look at this. So I went back there. He said he poured out some ground beef. He said, because they make it from scratch. He said, no, look at this. What's the difference? So I said, well, this one looked a little more plastic. And then he took it and pulled it apart. It was all rubbery and had like this coating on it.
Mm.
So he said, I'm not putting this on the shelf. He threw it away because they wanted him to
Oh
mix
man.
that with the regular meat. And what happened is when you eat it, your body won't be able to digest it. So
Yeah.
that's why it's best to start making your food at home because you don't know where you're putting your body out here eating fast food or eating out. You
Yeah.
know, it's
Yeah.
extra high
You're
in
right.
salt. You know what I mean? So that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna feed those inmates that lab made stuff.
Yeah.
And it's almost they ain't
Mm.
got no choice but to eat it because they're gonna starve to death.
Yeah.
You know what I
Oh
mean?
wow.
So that's how
Yeah,
they're gonna
Doug.
feed all the people.
Yeah, Doug. We got to do a live about that, man. I need some more information on that as well.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I definitely
we
because me and my
definitely got to put
cousin
that
were
out
talking
there.
about that, and he got videos and articles and all that. He got proof, and people that actually bought
Uh
chicken.
huh.
If you go to the supermarket now and you see the difference um, with the chicken, how it look from if you get it fresh from the farm or the market, they inject it with some steroids and they plump it up.
Yeah.
Um, if you look it up, you can look up yourself. Look at how sugar is made. Look at how hot dogs is really made, and look at
Hmm.
how what they do to these cows for the milk. They when they get the nutter, when they squeeze the nut, they call it the nutter. It has
Uh huh.
a little bit of pus in it. So and people
Right.
drinking that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh
so
And
yeah, we can do a lot about that. I got articles, pictures, and
yeah,
all that
cause
stuff.
uh, cause
yes,
uh,
we
when I
definitely
was
got to
working
do that.
when I was working at this chicken plant up here, right? It called Pyram Pride. They was making they say organic. You know what they was doing? How they were making it organic? They was using uh chloride and bleach and all this kind of stuff. That stuff be burning your eyes and everything. And they making it and that I said, man, I said organic. I thought, I said, oh, so I said, so they make the stuff organic.
Yep.
Cause they got all these chemicals and stuff. You can feel it. It start burning your eyes inside the plant and everything. I said, man, so they make it. And I started telling people, I said, man, they making organic chicken. They're not
Right.
raising organic chicken. They making organic chicken.
They making
They,
it.
yeah, they making organic.
And also too with these now they got some of these foods. Like even the fresh fruits now, I know you heard they got parasites in it that cause you explosive diarrhea for weeks.
I've heard
Fresh
that.
fruit.
I've
Yeah,
heard that.
fresh fruits
Yeah.
and lettuce and all that stuff have these little
Yeah.
parasites in it. And even in like the Atlantic Ocean, the water is so warm, so it got these parasites. So we got people have to be careful what are you eating, putting in your body. My neighbor had got really sick. He went and got some fish, and he got really sick and lost a
Mm.
lot of weight.
Yeah.
And I mean, he because he had ate some fish. I don't eat seafood. I don't eat seafood at all. And I try to. It's hard to eat healthy now because they put some stuff in
Yes.
like the fresh stuff. Like you could if you go and get like an apple or like a if you get an apple and you run some and you put some I think you put some vinegar or if it turns glossy, it has that plastic coating around it. Like for
Yeah.
example, not romaine
Oh,
lettuce,
Yeah,
iceberg
lettuce.
lettuce.
Yeah, they got lettuce that's
iceberg.
like that.
I tried it. I saw somebody on TikTok. So let me try it out. So I took the iceberg lettuce and put it in hot water, and you start seeing
Uh-huh.
all the plastic came off of it.
Oh man.
Doritos, right? Somebody had on TikTok. That's why I'm eating them more. Doritos. The guy took a whole bag of Doritos and put it in his grill and lit it and used it as charcoal. So I said, let me go. I would have bought a bag of Cool Ranch, took like 5 of them, took it in the back, lit it, and the thing didn't burn all the way. So it has chemicals on that, and then when you put it in your body, it's like it doesn't digest it, and what it does, it turns the fat and stores it, and that's how you get all obese and get all this sugar, you know what I mean, in your body, and we keep eating it and eating it and eat. That's why you had that. That's why the appetite you keep going on
And you know
cookies.
when you talk to people like that, you explain it to a lot of people. You know what they say? They be like, you know how they say, what they say? They say you got to die. You know when they say when a
Got to
kid,
die someday.
you got to die something. I say, well, you might. I tell a lot of people, I say, well, when I explain to them, I be like, well, I said you might well get a gun and commit suicide. You dying of something, then ain't you?
Yeah,
Man, you just trying to be smart. I said, you the one said it. You said you got to die of something. You
yeah,
know, when somebody trying to tell you something, you know, but this the mentality of us. If you explain that to somebody, they be like, shoot, I got to die of something. You got to die of something. You know what?
Uh,
And we
yeah.
have that mentality, you know, because that's what you hear. You hear that from
Yeah.
people.
yep.
Yeah.
And
Cause
it's
man,
like
I just bought a been about a week and a half ago. I went to the Dollar General store and bought some of those mega chicken patties that they have in a bag that you can put like an air fryer. And
Yeah.
man, I'm telling you, I ate one and I literally had diarrhea and was so sick. So I just
Hmm.
threw them away. And I would not ever buy those again. But I used to buy them and they used to be okay. I
You
think they made by Tyson.
yeah,
But man, like Doug
you
was
were
saying,
used to
they
them
are rubbery.
yeah, you were used to them cow hearts, man. You
Huh?
hear me, Bible? Hey,
What was that?
Bible. I say you were used to them
Yeah,
cow
go ahead.
hearts. I said you were used to them cow
Oh man, we
hearts.
had too much of that mess. Yeah, we had so much of that mess, man. I'm
Hey, look,
surprised that we still able to
hey, look.
even damn
When I
walk.
came home, I was over my daughter. I think my daughter came to my house or something, right? And I think
Uh
I burped. I burped all the way in the back room. And that
yeah.
smell came all the way through the house. I think I was at her house. I think I burped. And she said,
Oh
what
my.
that smell, Daddy? I said, man, I told you they told us that we had to clean our system out when we get out. Man, that stuff was so hey man, hey man, I had to laugh about it, man, because it was
Yes.
cause my daughter, she said, what
It's
that
horrible.
smell? I said, that's the stuff that came out. I just burped. She said, that what came out you.
Oh,
I said, yeah. I said, they told us to clean our system when we get out.
yes.
man.
It's horrible, man. It was horrible.
Hey man,
I'm
I just
telling you, man.
laugh about I laugh
When
about
I
stuff
got out,
that
man, yeah, when I got out, man, just trying to eat fresh eggs, man, would just tear my stomach up so bad, you know. And I love eggs, you know, and I just couldn't eat them, man. I had to, clean my system out. It was
yeah,
such
man.
a mess, you know. And you know how it was, man. We tried to fast and man to keep. keep ourselves clean inside, man. But it was just horrible, man. And like Cuz was
Yeah.
saying, now it's finna get really crazy. Lab
Yeah.
meat, I'm like, this is a shock to me. But I'm gonna definitely do me some research on that,
See,
and we
because
got to put
you
that up.
you got to understand it's gonna be lab because everything started at a cycle like they got processed
Yeah,
meat.
Yeah.
yeah,
Lab
That's
meat.
why I don't. That's why
See
I don't eat
now
turkey
they
bacon.
going to lab. Cause they doing the process. They done did that for about 20 years or better, processing it.
yeah,
So now they gonna find a way to just make it themselves. Get some, just make stuff, put stuff together, and say this is this a hamburger, and they just gonna make it taste like a hamburger.
Oh yeah,
It,
yeah, yeah.
you know,
Like
and that's
like that Burger King got that Beyond Meat that's supposed to taste like
yeah,
yeah. So like I don't eat turkey because turkey bacon is all processed. Did you watch what they do? They get all this stuff put together and they make it, and people are, oh, turkey bacon. It's better off to eat regular pork bacon because it's an actual animal.
yeah,
That turkey bacon is not. It's all processed like bologna and all that ham and all they get from the deli. People like them hoagies. Man, if you see how much sodium that's in that and that stuff, man,
yeah,
and all that, and them hoagies. Like I like a nice sub. I ain't gonna lie, I like a nice sub once in a while. Cheese steak, all that grease and that stuff in there we eat, but I don't care. It tastes good. If you go and eat it, like you said, you might as well just
yeah.
put a knife in
They
your
say,
throat and just cut yourself.
they, yeah. They say if it ain't greasy, it ain't good. I'm laughing
Yeah,
at
it ain't.
JG on here, man. When he was saying
Yeah,
that the
I was good. You
dollar
talking
store
about
good
dollar
for
store?
snacks.
yeah. He say
Yeah,
dollar store.
Yeah,
He say dollar store good for snacks for the movie, right?
yeah, yeah. And if you get food
I,
from the dollar store, you better eat it that day because them eggs will start hatching before you get to the line. You got,
yeah, man. But see,
yeah, you
right,
better
man.
eat that stuff right
It's
before
wild.
because
Oh my
that
God.
stuff will go spoil before you even get home.
yeah,
Yeah, man. Hey, man. Oh man, it's crazy, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
JG
so a
asked
lot.
about Mark's not over here. I texted Mark earlier. I don't know I think he's live now, but I don't know if he did get my text or not, but I don't know what's going on with him today. He probably is busy or whatever. Probably at work.
Okay,
hmm
Yeah, man, but this is very informative, man. This is some stuff that we got to get out, man, to our people, man. I mean, just people at large, man, because this stuff is the government has really, really got us in a rat's hole.
and I'm
No
gonna tell you,
serious,
man.
man.
What you do live, I'm gonna tell you the stuff they doing at this McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like
Uh,
know somebody that actually McDonald's, Taco Bell, um,
yeah.
Popeyes, and all that stuff. When you go, I'm gonna tell you what they. I know people that work there, man. That's why I don't even get coffee from Dunkin' Donuts because they don't change their filters. They keep using the same. So that's why it tastes burnt. If I get coffee, because wow, I know they change. They clean it out. Even when you go to get some juice or from the fountain machines, they don't change it. There's one guy came there and I took the thing out, and inspected. It was all this mold and clucked up mold in there, and people drinking that.
yeah, yeah.
And I mean,
Damn.
Somebody
Yeah.
said that about Wawa. Say Wawa is good, and cause they done brought a Wawa down here. Wawa done came to North Carolina now.
yeah,
They got what?
when I used to live in North Carolina, I was in Rocky Mount. They didn't have
Yeah,
Wawa. They had sheets.
yeah. See,
Yeah, so
but now they got Wawa now. They got Wawa, and I'm in Fayetteville, so they
okay,
got Wawa down here. They got like two of them now in Fayetteville.
okay,
So
yeah,
what is a Wawa? What's a Wawa? That's a store?
yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Like
it's
you ever heard of sheet? All right,
it's like a
Wawa.
nice size. It's like a nice
No, I
size
never
service
heard of it.
station, just like a Love. It's
Oh,
almost
okay.
like a
Oh,
Love.
okay.
Yeah, but they food is good. They clean
Yeah,
their stuff.
yeah,
Um, yeah, you would like Wawa they had up in Alabama, man. That's like when I came from North Carolina and I came to visit, boy, I ran to a Wawa, got me something to eat because I ain't a fan of sheets.
yeah. Cause I be going to Fredericksburg, and I be stopping at the Wawa in Fredericksburg.
Okay, yeah.
O-
Hey, you'll like Wawa,
Okay.
man. They got some good food. Their breakfast is good. They
Mm.
sandwiches. Even they some of their food changed too, because they used to have good steak sandwiches, but now it's all processed. It tastes like shredded dog food, man. It don't taste right.
Damn.
Yeah, so food tastes different than see once we got away
Me too,
from
Miss T.
eating stuff that actually God created for us to eat, that wanted to eat, we started eating all this
Yeah.
stuff and it's processed. Like that's why my uncle lives. He moved to Thailand and all of their food over there is natural and healthy. Over here in the United States, it's all this chemicals injected in it, and if you notice the burgers are bigger than usual. The quarter-pound burgers, them things is thick. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And it's not they are injected. But I'll tell you the stuff they doing at McDonald's, man, and Burger King and
Oh man,
all that
we
stuff,
got to
man.
hear it, man.
Yeah, like it almost made me want
We
to
got a
throw up, man.
lot to talk about. Oh, oh man, yeah, we got a lot of work to do.
That's why I
We
don't
got a
eat
lot of
that
work
no
to do,
more, man.
brother.
Because I'm on my head. I usually like the quarter pounders once in a while, and
Yeah,
I
me
ate
too.
one, man. I
Yeah.
was stomach was hurting. I got dizzy. I'm like, if you take a hamburger from McDonald's, you could try it. Put it on the ground, and the ants won't even eat it.
Oh my God, dog.
So look, AYB, the guy did a test, right? He had
Oh,
it was a bear. So he had got a McDonald's burger, a Burger King burger, and a regular burger from like a restaurant. So the bear ate the regular
yeah.
burger. He ate the Burger King burger. He turned his nose up to the McDonald's burger. He wouldn't even eat it.
That's why
Matter
I
of
like.
fact, the,
That's why I
matter of fact,
like
the
Burger.
bear got pissed off.
That's why I like Burger King.
Yeah, and that bear was
Oh
like,
man,
he started growling. He didn't want to eat that burger. The dogs wouldn't even eat it, man.
what going?
The dog would spit it
Oh
out. You know what I mean?
yeah, I
Yeah,
hear you,
but
man.
wait till I tell you what's
Oh
in them
man.
joints. If you eat McDonald's, man, don't
Oh
eat it, bro,
wow.
because first of all, you
No,
gonna
no, no McDonald's, man.
hey,
No
look. If they say
McDonald's.
if you constipated, go eat a McDonald's
Yeah.
burger. You be on the bathroom quick.
No, they gonna
Yeah,
they
sure.
gonna shut us down and see about this McDonald's, man.
If you go like a lot of people exposing this stuff, man, on YouTube and
Yeah, need
all the
to.
stuff with the war, not YouTube, TikTok. The
Yeah,
water we drinking, the stuff they got in our waters and stuff like that we drinking. Like that's why I drink
oh
certain
yeah,
water, because like their part, the Dasani and all of them is
yeah,
very acidic. You know what I mean? It has like if you I got a water tester, and then there's a certain number that your water has to be. So like I drink pure perfect water or essential water because it's pure and it's clean. But some of this water is acidic, and after a while, you putting that water in your body, it's gonna start affecting you because it's acidic. Did the one test, I put it in, the water turned dark green,
Mm.
and it was the
oh
Dasani
man,
water. And people don't realize Fiji water is not good for you. All that expensive water people drinking. I mean, Fiji water. And you'd be surprised how your body feel when you drinking really good water, filtered water,
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
purified water with electrolytes and alkaline in it, stuff like that. Because back in the
yeah.
day, we used to drink that spigot water, man, that we call it Schuylkill Punch. And when you see all the stuff, man, spigot water is more healthy than the bottled waters we drinking.
So what you mean by spigot water?
The water comes from the sink.
Oh, oh, okay, okay, spigot.
And we,
Okay, yeah,
we used to
yeah.
call
Oh
that
man,
Schuylkill Punch.
yeah, yeah. Back in the day, we drank out of a damn hose pipe, man. We didn't feel the way we feel today.
Yeah, I mean, because now it's like all this
Yeah,
stuff,
I
man.
know.
Like they
Yeah, because
literally trying to
if
kill
you
us.
check out those, if you check out those water plants, how they actually filter that water, man, you'll never drink city water again.
Uh-uh.
It's awful.
Like you can get a machine and that can actually filter and purify your water, and you'd be surprised how dirty and nasty the filters are. Even when we
God.
taking showers, you know what I mean? If you take that shower and put some vinegar some vinegar and what is it? Vinegar, salt, water, and dish detergent, and let it sit. You're gonna see all that black stuff come out of there. And we take a
Oh,
shower and that stuff get in our pores.
yep, I
And
believe
that's why
that.
my job when I fix the shower things, I soak it in white vinegar, and you'll see
Uh-huh.
all that come out of there. I mean,
So what you saying? Like you meaning like your shower head?
yeah, I shower. You soak it in vinegar, and it cleans it out.
Just say you're at home. So
Uh,
if you were to take that shower head out, just soak it in vinegar.
okay, yeah, just take it out, soak it in some vinegar.
You just
That's what I do at
and you
work
soak.
in my maintenance job. Yeah, soak it in some vinegar and clean it out.
Okay.
Do it every once in a while. Or another thing you can
Okay.
get is a product called CLM, calcium
Yes.
thing, is
Yes.
CLM,
Yes.
and you spray
Yes.
it
We
in
got
there and let it
that.
sit. Man, you're gonna see
Oh
all
yeah.
that impurities come out of there.
Yeah. We have seen that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I need to check into all that, man, because like I said, my wife has lupus, man, and we have to be very careful about even the water she drinks, especially the food that she eats. So that's why we be very particular about where we go and what we eat and what we drink as well. So, but I'm definitely going to check about
that's
that
why.
water as well.
Yeah, that's why you see us like people walking around obese and got health issues or heart issues and all that stuff.
Oh
Yeah,
man, yeah, man,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah,
because we don't care. Like my
yeah.
man said, I don't care. I'm gonna die one day anyway. You know,
Yeah. That's the
No,
having
she's
that
not going to.
mentality.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that mentality of a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was a junk eater, man. I used to eat crimpets. I used to tear a pound of gummy bears and Skittles and all that stuff. Even Skittles is the worst candy to eat because if you look up with the ingredients in Skittles, they got the high fructose corn syrup in there, which is not good, and all the sugar. I had seen a lemonade, 129 grams of sugar.
Good God.
That's not even included in the artificial flavoring, and you putting that in
That's
your body.
outrageous.
You
Yeah,
putting that in your body, man. You diabetics, you know what I mean? Your sugar going up. And then when you get
yeah.
diabetes and they get bad, then you gotta get certain parts of your body amputated, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we don't
Yes,
care.
yes, yeah, yeah. I'm actually dealing it well with that with my father-in-law, man. He's a diabetic, man, and we have to try to get him certain foods, man. And he's older, he's like 80 years old now, so we trying our best to, prepare his meals and stuff the best that we can.
Yeah.
Because once they
I'm
start
a
taking limbs off, it's over.
I'm gonna find some of them videos and send it to you, but it's gonna make you throw up. So
Yeah,
I hope you
make
got a
sure.
good stomach.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to muscle down, but make sure you share that with me. And we got to go online because Doug, you still have your channel, right?
Yeah, I still got my channel.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we can maybe we can actually um put it on yours because of the viewing audience that you have, and it'll get
Yeah.
more. Because most of my videos, I usually send most of mine to like the prison groups, and my videos doesn't have my podcast doesn't really have things of that nature on it. But we can actually set up a time that we can go on and put that
Yeah.
stuff out, man.
Yeah, let me know. 'Cause I
and
think I got
and
about close to
add out on TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that because it's very important.
yeah, let me
Man,
yeah.
like
But I'm gonna drop
okay,
down. Y'all, I gotta go. So we'll link up.
yeah, yeah, Doug, yeah. Hey, Doug, do you mind if I share your information with Brookhaven?
No, no, I don't mind. Yeah, share it. I don't mind.
Oh, okay, I sure will. I sure will, man. I wouldn't do that if I didn't know him, but I've been knowing him for many years,
That's all right.
many years.
I trust you, bro. Go ahead, share it. I'm cool.
Yeah. I'm still trying to get my laptop together.
All right, dog. I'll talk to you later, YB.
I get
And
you
I
know,
do and I do the same. Okay, and I'll do the same.
I don't know how to get it connected on my
I'm gonna
laptop.
walk. I'm gonna walk you through it when we get off. Let me go on my phone and come on because
See,
I'm
but I got it. Hey, look, I got it on now. But I'm
it
getting
going.
all the text messages and everything. But let me see. I'm
Okay.
hold on, hold on.
What makes you just come back so quickly? Or just come back at all?
That's the old one. That's what we talked about at first.
This was astonishing to me.
Yeah, that's from the beginning.
But reason why?
Let me see. Hold on.
Because
Let me see.
inmate mindset, the housing. Some can't,
You still on?
require adequate. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm finna go on my phone in a minute. I hear you playing.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how. Hold on. Let me see that I got. So when I match screen, what I put on now?
Good morning, brother.
Good morning, brother.
Will you match what now?
I'm trying to get it on my laptop, and I don't know how to work these things. That's a record. That's an old one right here.
Okay. You'll get it. We'll walk through it for a long.
Yeah. All right.
But I actually gotta go on my phone because my laptop is about to die. Let me come up
Yeah.
on here.
All right, brother. Just hit me up. Let me know. Let me show me how to do it, cause I'm trying.
Yeah, y'all. Just stay on because I'm finna go on my tablet and we're gonna continue on.
All right.
You're not busy right now, are you?
Oh no.
Okay, just hang
Oh,
on.
I ain't no working man.
I know you. I know you retired. Lucky man. Lucky man.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, let me go on here now.
Okay.
Move here. Kevin, you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing on my phone, but it's coming up on. Yeah, it's on my laptop. Oh, do you hear me? Oh, it's coming
Yeah,
up
I
on.
hear you.
It's on my laptop. Oh, do you hear me? Oh,
Yeah, I hear you.
see, but if I turn it off on my phone, I wonder would it connect on my laptop? Cause both of the pictures is up on my laptop. See, but if I turn it off on my
Just go
phone.
ahead on
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit live. On my laptop, cause both of the pictures is up on
yeah.
my laptop.
Take one of your tabs off now. Just cut your phone off and come back on your tablet. Yeah, Doug brought us some real good information. Can you hear me, Lizzie, on there? Give me a thumbs up. Shy BB, give me a thumbs up. Miss T, Mr. T, anyone in the chat, can y'all hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, appreciate it. Yeah, that was some good information, man. He was giving us on there. It's just amazing how we can learn from just listening and receiving information from other outside sources because that is crazy about McDonald's and Burger King and these stores with all this lab meat And that is why so many of us are getting sick out here. I know, because like I said, I had got those chicken patties and it was awful. I won't do that again. I'm trying to make JG, give him a wrench, and Miss T and Mr. T. I probably have to do that when I get off. That's how I made you one, Shy Shy. I made you like that. Yeah, I need my good people to be the moderators so we can get this thing boosted up. But we're gonna start streaming on TikTok and Instagram as well. Get this vital information out. But it's crazy, y'all. Just knowing the things that the government is doing to us. It's wild. Hoping Kava can figure it out. I dropped the link for you, Kava. Just hit the link in the chat and come up. But yeah, when we was talking about the recidivism rate of inmates coming back and forth, in and out, it's the same. It's the situation that they go back and follow suit of what they come from. You know, people, places, and things. You got to change that, and you can't change one without the other. You have to change all three. You're right, Shasha. The government don't care about the people. You know, only their own elite groups, and that's what it is. You know, it's like I can't even get regular eggs because it seems like something is off with them. But when we eat the regular eggs from the yard eggs from the chickens, it's totally different. But if we were to buy some, oh man, you talking about getting nauseated? It's awful. And these chicken houses is off the chain. These slaughterhouses, processing houses, buildings or companies that they have. That's why down here, you know, I eat a lot of deer meat, and deer meat is not greasy at all, but it's good. My wife doesn't eat it, but I do, and my son eats it. So we have to really try to find some things that we can muster out. Yes, you're right. It's best to have your own chicken. Yes, right. People say we have a lot of chickens down south, but I'm here to tell you, it pays best to have your own chickens. Only thing about that, the eggs is good. I just can't slaughter my own chickens because they like pets. You know, they're like little kids to me. Once you get to know them, you become attached to them. I'm gonna see can I get Kevin. Let me drop this link again for him. Because one thing about Kevin, he can go. He puts it out there. And Brother Doug, you were so informative, man. I really appreciate that. I appreciate you coming up. I appreciate everyone in the chat as well. You know, you all some good supporters and want to listen. Like I said, you all make sure that you all send these videos out. And if you don't send the video out, just spread the message because it's very important. Each one teach one. Men shopping, men like steel shopping steel. And when I say men, including the women, the women is included in that as a human being. I see him up. Let me get him back on the stage. Okay. Get him back on the stage. We got Favor back in.
Yeah.
Okay, bro, you back in.
Yeah, I got.
We got Favor back in.
It's,
You got a little feedback. Did you close your tablet out or your phone out?
I'm gonna have to turn.
You got a little feedback.
I turn my laptop back off 'cause I don't know how to connect my laptop, and
Okay.
it'll vibrate and it'll come up.
Okay.
But if I turn my phone off, it won't be connected to my laptop. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do all. I don't know how to do all that. You know that.
Yeah,
That's
when we get
above
out,
my.
when we get out,
Hey,
I'll
look,
walk you through
that's
it. Uh-huh.
above my pay. That's above my pay grade right there. Hey,
Man, hell, I'm just learning a whole lot myself.
hey, look, I bought the laptop because my lady wanted the laptop, right?
Uh-huh.
I done paid $700 for her laptop, so I bought two of them. I bought her one and me one, and the only thing I play on my laptop is chess.
Oh, you still playing that chess, huh?
Yeah, I'm still playing it. I'm still playing it. I be playing. I be playing all. I be playing people all overseas and everywhere.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
Hmm. That's what
Yeah,
I told my.
Doug,
Huh?
uh, yeah, Doug, the brother that was on, yeah, he's a real good Christian brother, man. He's very informative too, man. So we welcome him in, man, as though he's family. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So we consider him as one of our brothers, like we do
Yeah.
the sisters that's in the
Yeah.
chat as well, and also the brother.
Hmm.
You'll see JT pop up. He be in the chat. Mr. T. He's also Miss T. They be up, and I
Yeah.
think you already met Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, man, we have some good conversation, man. Really, it's
I,
therapeutic, man, to get on here,
yeah.
man. Just just pop it up.
For, for real, that's good. A lot of people see this good. Like when people come home, when they come
Yeah.
home, like from prison or any institution, they come home. This good for them to come in and communicate.
Oh
It'll
yes.
keep you from that mess. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
This would keep you you get in here, then you get a job and you get used to coming in, come home, and get right here and just communicate, talk. Because
Yeah.
that's what we need. We need stuff like that
That's right.
cause, cause if I get out and go on the block, I'm going down there on the corner, up under the tree, and laugh and tell some lies about you had this in prison, you was doing this in prison,
That's
and
it.
all this. You know what I mean? Ain't telling the truth, they lying.
Yeah.
And 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 you want to say, ain't that right, Slick Rock? Didn't I? Man, come on,
Yeah.
man. Man, I don't want to hear all that, man. Man,
Man,
I said, y'all didn't go to the mass jig with me, man.
yeah, you
So
got me.
ain't that what they gonna say?
That's right, man. You know what, man? I was talking to some brothers, man, and they was like, uh, yeah, brother, Najee, we doing this, we doing that. So I asked him, what mass gig are you going? Because see, when I go to the mass
So,
gig, I got to go to Starkville or I got to go to Tuscaloosa.
yeah,
And one way is an hour and 30 minutes, and the next one is like an hour and 15 minutes. So
yeah,
what I'm doing now, we are trying to establish one in Aliceville,
yeah.
a little bit closer. And it's a small community, man. We doing the best that we can,
Hey,
to
look,
try to bring it around.
Prophet Muhammad, people, he didn't have a large community. He just had a little community.
Exactly,
You
exactly,
know.
man. And those are some things that we have to get to.
Yeah.
The prophet said, man, that upon his death, he said that you would not know I have came to this community because of all the things, all the offshoots you will hear, and all the things that they would add into the religion.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens, I mean, it happens, because I was actually um, in the mass jig in Starkville. And Starkville, it has quite a few number of African American brothers, and
Yeah.
I had to lead the Jumu'ah prayer,
Yeah.
and it was a lot of Arabs in there. It was majority, like 90% of them, and the imam was from Pakistan, but he was a
Yeah.
professor at Mississippi State Community College.
Yeah.
So he so he had me to lead the prayer, and like I was telling him that, hey, you know, I'm going to lead it in my native tongue, So, but everyone knows the recitation of the Fatiha,
Yeah.
and I will, and that's the way I done it, and they was amazed,
Yeah.
and I told the brother, I said, brother, when you all get ready to lead the prayer, lead it, man, get up and lead that prayer. Lead it as though you are the acting imam at that particular time. And this
Yeah.
is what you do. This is
I
how you
remember,
do it.
but
Remember,
I remember you
taught
used to
and
do me
spoke.
like I remember you used to do me like that. I'd be nervous. I'd be done repeated stuff about 2 times. I'd be nervous. You try to tell, go and lead the
Yeah,
prayer. I'd be nervous. I'm over there nervous. I'm
yeah,
saying about yeah.
that's right. We have to
Yeah.
get up and do it, man. Hey, that's how
Yeah.
you get your blessings, man. That's how you get your
Yeah.
blessings, man. When you call their man and you lead that prayer, hey, man, you get your blessings, man.
Yeah.
That's the spirituality, man.
And then
That's
and
the
you know,
spirituality.
just like up here, right? The brother, let me see. It was a brother, he was out there. Cause they got like 3 match kids. I went to a match here with number all brothers in there. It was all right.
Uh huh.
I want mine to be
Uh
mixed. I don't want to be like just that, just us. We can be mixed. And
huh.
and so we went. So me and the email, we ride one day. We go to this Muslim brother. He had a store. And he was like, man, the
Uh huh.
brother. They don't even really talk to me. Cause when I go in the store,
Uh
they be like, I go get a soda. I go get some. I might go get some soda or some donuts or some cookies or something. They say, go ahead, brother. Right? He go in
huh.
there. He said, man, they won't even. He said he was in there trying to. So me, I'm always talking, I'm joking and stuff, right? So we go in there. He
Yeah.
said, man, they won't even let me open I wanted to open the thing. I said, man, I'm gonna tell you. I told the brothers, I said, I'm gonna tell you this right here. I said, they probably mad at you. And he said, cause you wearing what they wear over there. And
Yeah. Yeah.
and I say they talk to me cause I wear regular.
Yeah.
I got the hijab, I got all that in the closet, but I don't, put it on like that. I said,
Yeah.
man, cause you trying to be like them, over here. They ain't over there.
That's
I
right.
said, if they was over there, they
That's
would
right.
wear what you got. You know what I mean?
That's
I
right.
said, they probably don't communicate with you because you trying to be like them. He said, man, cause,
That's right.
because we had went in the store and the brothers talking to me, they laughing, and him, they ain't even really kicking it with him like they kicking it with me, right? And I told him,
Yeah.
and I'm telling him, I said, man, I guess you just got to put your a shirt on and a jersey on and a hat and all this kind of stuff. I said, cause
Hmm.
they ain't dressing like you dressing, and they Arabs. I say they dressing
That's right.
like where they at. They dress, I
That's
say they
right.
dressing like where they at. You know what I mean?
Because yes, because we're not going to change our culture,
Yeah,
culture and tradition. You remember when I spoke about the peel and the core?
yeah,
Most people is worried about the core, but the peel is where it's at.
yeah,
The peel is the outer part, but the core is the significance of what we go through. When you buy
hmm,
an apple, it's not how pretty the apple looks. It's what's inside that apple,
that,
but
yeah,
give you the greatness and the taste of it.
yeah,
So this is what we give.
hmm,
We get out. A lot of people, especially the Arabs. I'm not speaking bad about the Arabs, but they is more concerned about the peel than the core.
yeah, yeah.
You know, we wear
Cause
we
cause I
wear the
go.
beard because this is what we want to do. We don't have to wear the beard
We don't
if we
have to
don't
wear
want
it.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, and cause I go up there, I go up there all the time to the store up there, man. We be in that we was cause they run the store. They got a lot of stores and stuff, right? So we was saying something. So people be, they be in the store. I come there, we talk. Then it be black people there. Then cause they be like wondering who I am. I come. Then I tell the people, I say I own this store. Cause one day they was saying something, right? I said, all right, you keep talking. I said, I'm coming here and get all the beer, all the cigarettes, all these
Uh huh.
skins. I'm getting all this out the store. If you say one more word, and the people looking at me like, man, who is this guy? Who is this black guy right here? You know what I'm saying? So when they
Yeah,
left
yeah.
out, and then they got the Arab brother, he was like, the Muslim brother was like, man, you had them, you got them thinking that you the owner. I said, I am. He said, I showed did. I said, now they're gonna be wondering who I am when I when I when I call, because I said, you keep talking, I'm coming to take everything out this stuff. Now you say one more, and they didn't say nothing. Yeah, he go. And so we laughed about that, man. So every time I come there, they be like, "What you driving today?" Because they always be asking me, say, "Man, what kind of car you driving today?" You know, I say, "Come and look at my truck. I got a truck out there now." He was like, "Man." Then he said, "Man, I'm just waiting." I said, "Man, y'all," I said, "Man, for real, y'all came over here. Y'all come over here and make money." And then I said, "Man," and then I'm waiting on his dad, and one of them, I think his dad, he went back overseas. I was like, I told him, I said, "Man," I said, I need to get help with a stove. You know what I mean? Help me get a stove. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Tell me
Hmm.
how to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
And
see. You see the comment that Shasha BB is saying that she was actually raised in the Asian Muslim family,
uh-huh.
and she got but the Asian men believe in all that honor, killing, and hated me. Okay, so do you go up under the banner of Islam, or you just neutral? Shasha BB. I'm just asking her that question now because I can give you a lot of insight on why the Arabs think the way they do
She
and the
said
way they act.
Asian. Is she saying Asian or Arabs?
She's saying Asian, but I can give her information about the Arabs. It's going to lead off into the Asian group.
Oh, oh.
Uh huh. Yes, it's very important, man. That
Yeah.
we that we understand, because you have a lot of people say, "Well, I'm going to talk to the real Muslim." Well, hell, what do you mean a real Muslim?
Yeah, that's I ask people that. I say, what's a I say, what is a real Muslim? I say, what is a real Christian? I say, you either Christian or you're not Christian, you're Muslim or you're not Muslim. I say, there's no such thing as real. Ain't no such thing as real Muslim, and that's not. And I try to explain that to people. There ain't no such thing as real this. They say, yeah, I want to talk to the real Muslim. I say, what is the real? They say that. When they see
Yeah.
us, because they say, yeah, you're not a real Muslim. I'm like, what? I said, what is a real Muslim? I want to know. Tell me.
Hmm.
And then people got a bad habit of when, when they ask you about Islam. When people ask you about Islam, you start explaining to them about Islam, they they get mad. I'm like, you asked me about it. Now you want to
Yeah.
battle with me about what I'm telling you. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
like, why ask if you're gonna get mad? Why ask if
That's
you're
right.
gonna tell me what it is? And you never read anything about nothing. You ain't never read nothing. It's just what somebody told you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
And that's come from lack of understanding.
Yeah.
You know, you can go out here and read all the books you want to read, but if you
Yeah.
don't have no understanding or no comprehension skill, you have done nothing
Mm-hmm.
but acquired a lot of words and into your vocabulary, but you can't define any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. So, brother, I'm still doing the same thing I was doing when I was in there. I don't
Yeah.
mind getting up telling it like it is.
Yeah, I know it. I know it. But
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I was eating breakfast this morning, man, talking about you, man. I was eating breakfast
What?
talking about you this morning. Yeah. Yeah, cause I be up, man. I be up early. I get up early, real early, man. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I
My
I get
my
up
uh
real.
my job now, I'm the embalmer at the funeral home, so my
Mm.
hours fluctuate a whole lot.
Yeah,
It depends on, I mean, hate to say it, but it depends on who comes in. Now
yeah,
who's gonna leave out?
yeah. That's You know what? Because we were raised up under the funeral home in Allenstown, right? So I was at
Uh,
home. I say, man, I was telling one of my partners down there. I say, hey, man, you know what? I say, Melvin, me, you, and Tim, we ought to just gone. I said, man, cause I said, cause man, everybody know us. And all of us do, all of us that came from prison and stuff, and we, everybody doing good. I said, man, we ought to
Mhm.
just go on and do what Tombstone used to have, all me and you and him with him. He the one was on the front home. I said, man, why don't we just get together and start and go to school and somebody do this, and somebody do that, and we come back home and open up a funeral home. He said, then you know what
Yeah.
they said, man, who gonna be there in bomb? that was that was something who who go. I said,
Yeah.
man, I
You
was
have
gonna
to.
go to school
You
for
have
a
to.
bomb, but I don't like biology. You had to take biology, right?
Yeah.
And
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yeah,
You got to. You
and
got to
that's
get the academic anatomy of things. Yes.
yeah. See, I was gonna do it one time, man, but I don't like biology. See, that's the only thing that kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
kept me away.
Yeah. See. I see.
Yeah.
I grew up in it, and I grew up in it, and I just didn't have the paperwork. So upon being released, I actually had to go get the paperwork. Because you can do it, you have to be licensed to do it
That
now, especially in the state of Alabama.
shot,
You have to
shot,
have your
shot.
employment license.
What her name? Shot, BB. She said, "I'd be scared to work in a funeral home."
Yeah, some people are, but you know what? Like I said, it's not the dead you got to worry about.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, yeah, yeah, man. It's very
Yeah,
well,
man.
yeah,
Just
man. We have good lives, man. I'm so glad, man. We done hooked back up, man. We can go ahead on and
yeah, cause
chop it
man,
up like we do.
when I come down to Alabama, man, when I'm on my way, I'm gonna be telling you I'm on my way down there, man. Cause I
Man,
think
let me know,
I'm gonna see how far you is from Anniston. How far you from
Okay. Oh,
you closer to Montgomery or you closer to?
no, no, no. I'm closer to Tuscaloosa.
Oh, you closer to? My daughter graduated down in Livingston.
Yes, I know where Livingston's at.
She graduated
Yes,
at the college, West Alabama University. I had,
yes, I know that.
yeah,
I know
that was
exactly where that's at. That's not
that
far.
was yeah, that was she got her second master's at Livingston
Okay.
University, West Alabama
Okay.
University. Yeah, because they changed
Yeah.
Livingston to West Alabama.
Yeah. It's not far from Stillman.
Yeah, it ain't. It's yeah. So yeah.
Stillman. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know that you know this brother. Well, he was at Limestone with me. Stephen Taylor. Yeah, he just got out on a 25-year sentence. He done 24 years, and he's in Alabama. He's going to be coming up as well, giving some insight. He was actually a teacher in Tuscaloosa,
Yeah.
and he's going to be giving some insight. Yeah, man. Pretty good guy, man.
Mm.
Yeah. So, like I said, we got a lot of stuff, man, to put out.
Yeah. Yeah,
A lot of stuff
man.
to talk about. The channel is small, but that's okay. We gonna get it. We gonna get it cranked,
But
man.
yeah,
We
it'll grow.
gonna.
It'll grow.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
It'll
Because
grow.
we gonna start streaming on TikTok as well. Giving out
Mm.
some good positive vibes, man. That a
Yeah.
lot of people has been missing out on.
And then so they can try to have a different outlook on that's people that's getting released, because a lot of
Yeah.
times look at you different. You get looked at different.
Oh
They,
yeah.
it's a lot you and sometimes we have to give because sometimes people do give you getting released, you give a different outlook on it. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah. Yeah.
people get out with different intentions. You know what I mean? You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
because like I said, well, I was telling one of my homeboys down at home. I said, I used to tell them guys in prison they be on the weight pile. I say, you trying to build your body up, but not your brain. You
Ain't
building
no doubt.
you building your body, but not your brain. Because they ain't
Yeah.
reading the book. Only thing they doing is working out. And then when
Yeah.
they get out, then the women be like, "Ooh, he look good. He look good." Then now when he there for about with you for about 2 weeks, now you don't know how to get him out your house. He in there, don't even know how to get him out
Yeah.
now. You
Yeah.
know,
That's right.
he driving your car. Eating your food. Just
Yeah.
sitting. His homeboys coming over there.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody coming over there kicking it at your house, but that he said his
Doing their
house.
thing.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
eh, that's what's going on there. About 2 weeks to a month, they like, man, what I got myself caught up in.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
It's
know,
crazy, man. It's crazy.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
be man. Yes,
And
indeed. But man,
that,
we
that
had a
get
good live, man. We'll be coming back on. Kevin, I'll give you a call a little bit later, man. I
yeah.
appreciate you, my brother.
All right, brother. Salam alaikum. I
I
love you,
appreciate
brother.
you. Yes, sir. Wa alaikum assalam, my brother. And to the chat, peace and blessing be upon you all. Shasha, thank you for coming up.
All right,
That's
shy
why you have
shy.
one of the main supporters. I really thank you. As soon as I pop up, she Johnny on the spot. I like that. So we will be coming in next time. Uh, we'll see you guys later. Y'all take care. And so
All right.
next time, y'all peace and much love. Take
All
care.
right. Take care.